The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Set, ready. Hey, come on.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down.
Hey, we got four down.
From the gun on third down, Murray. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Rush in. No. Off.
On first and 10, here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing, Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, Zadarius Smith in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Now Mayfield, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
I got you.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second and 6. Murray. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check, check. Left. 6, 4, 3. Safe.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play, had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
And the kick by Becker is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. Turn. Kill. Turn. Check, boys.
Mayfield on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Za'Darius Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded inside the 5. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Murray now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Throwing on first down is Murray. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's got it open, then he completes it to Callaway. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. There he goes inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Lindsey, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Murray looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go. 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They'll pick up of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield, the linebacker C.J. Mosley there in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Another run by Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back.
On first down, Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vita Vea in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Big stop, G. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
That's the end of the 3rd
One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield looks to throw, and he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for New York. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Murray now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, check. 3 down. Check 4. Check.
Hey, award 33.
Tighten up.
Point it right.
He's checking. Crash.
He'll look to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Point it right. Hey, wahoo!
50 seconds to Mike. Coming to you.
Regular.
Here's Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Run.
36 to Mike. Check.
I got it.
Back to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Mayfield. That is caught by Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Regular.
Now Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
It's going to be a long day.
Mayfield to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, award 33.
90 is a Mike. Target.
Hey, Alpha.
90 is a Mike.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And no, It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football. Low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Patriots, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
You can count on him. Hey, we need more, tell him we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team count, that's a big number. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement, people wanna it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? When you talk about space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side, ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
From From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stop. Go team, spill.
Check.
On second and inches, Allen, and off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. Again, they'll throw with Allen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
And the Dolphin first down.
Mike. 59. I'm coming for you, son.
On first down, here's Breida. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. on second down, a run with Breida. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Hey, shoot!
Throwing is Allen on third. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Johnson was the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let him know.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Run.
On second down, Mayfield again. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check your hot read.
Recon, 132 fighter. I got it.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Mayfield off the play fake. That's complete to John Ross. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check 3. Check.
Alert, 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 alert.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Open man is Ross, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Hayden Hurst, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Alert.
To throw again on second down. Allen, his throw incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Allen going to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, a toss play to Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They can't hang with us.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down.
That's another Jet. First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Dolphins. 44 yards.
Undercut, undercut, undercut. Smooth your quarter. Watch the safety creep. Alert.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That'll be complete to Breida. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Hey, high 7.
We got. Check 59.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Check 59. Not today, you are. Not today. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Check.
Hey, hold on.
Check 24. Check 24. Check it.
They run with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying. But
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Mayfield down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before half for Allen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Mayfield on play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go.
Regular. 452.
54.
Throwing now is Allen. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Middle.
Check 59. Mike, go.
On 2nd and goal, Allen, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run it again with Chubb. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
180.
59. Too little, cut.
Alert.
Mike's 59. Get ready.
Go.
They go play action. Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Stop! Alert, alert, alert!
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
319!
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now Allen. They'll set up a screen for Breida. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Check. 180!
59. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On the delay, here's Breida. And an alley to run. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
X3, 218, chop.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Deontay Johnson. His 11th touchdown of the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. This is the tight end fan. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Move. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Hurry.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Real.
First down, a run with Cohen. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Run.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Strip the ball.
Here's Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Hurst. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
We own them.
Bang, 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 bang.
Up close. Right touch.
Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Johnson's got it complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
Hey, let's go.
Back to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Hey, team 6.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, he'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Charlie.
First throw of overtime for Allen. Complete. It's Johnson. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Hey, Delta.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He gets it to Brown, complete. The 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Dolphins, They've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Jets, despite the loss here, it was a splendid regular season as they'll finish at 12-4. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.
Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash, yeah. They get just cause they lacking the stamina. Wasting your time, you down attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP that styles, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas.
I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. Yes, the coach regretted me letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. Magic. And watch the juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Domination every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Yeah. Okay. In the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. Cause the money low, I'ma grab man when it come back.